All right, and welcome to the May Nutrition Coordinators meeting here. Thank you so much for attending. And kind of what we'll do just go around the room and basically see what everybody's doing, how everybody's doing with their numbers. If there's any questions, concerns, this is just your time to kind of, see how each other's doing and ask questions as well. And then at the end, we'll talk about a couple update stuff, just a few things with farmers market. And first of all, did everybody get the list that I sent out today of the vendors? Okay, good. We can discuss farmers market stuff as we go along if you want, or we can wait till the end depending on just what people want to talk about. So we'll just go ahead and jump in, get started, and let's see here. Well, Rachel, Midland, do you want to go ahead and get us started off? You're the first one here.
Yes.
Okay.
Perks to not seeing what time it was yet and just hopping on.
I just go by who I saw first. So I saw you on there, so I'm like, okay.
So it's been very busy. We had our annual give days at a couple of our areas. So we had Go Big Give, which is the Grand Island area, and then Give Hastings Day, which is here. So I've been doing a lot of work on just talking to groups, getting the information out there, talking about what our cause is. And in our Go Big Give, we don't usually get as much for the centers because people don't think of us as being the centers. And so we found a way to do a different type of fundraising to where we could specifically put the center's name as who they were donating to kind of earmark it for specific areas. And I really tried to motivate each center. When you do those things, they're like, well, I'd rather just give straight to you because they take a percentage and all of these things. And it was just kind of talking to them about, yeah, but the more you get, there's bonuses and prizes, and you usually end up getting more than they take from you if you're doing enough. And so we had one center just blow our minds and really pulled together and reached out to their community saying, hey, this is going to be for our center. And I mean, we tripled the amount we usually get for Go Big Give with just that center. So I think next year I'm kind of contemplating doing it more as like a competition between centers. Mm-hmm. And maybe, I don't know, figuring out something that could be a incentive, this person gets or the winning one gets a ice cream sundae social, or, something worth competing for. And I don't know, that's kind of got me excited. So I've been doing that. I went through and remade all of our contribution signs and, recommending that they don't leave with food from the center, making them bright and bigger letters and just very, hey, look at me kind of signs. So I got those all done. We've been having the start of vacation time, so random vacations from each center. So I've been covering here and there. And we lost an employee and had one of them get very sick at the same center. And so the central office has really been pulling in to help keep that county flowing, because of course it's not an itty bitty county, it's one of the heavier ones. So yeah, that's kind of been what our last couple of weeks have been stuck with, that and just getting the packets put together and everything ready to start distributing farmers market coupons.
Awesome, very good. Well, that sounds like a good update. That's really cool that one center that made a huge difference. I mean, wow, good for them. That's pretty neat.
It's just getting them to understand that they are buying into themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They always worry that it's going to go to just the agency and then every other place is going to get to touch their money.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it's just really educating them and letting them know, hey, no, this is for your area to continue, serving home delivered meals, to continue doing programs. And I think once you can get that through to them, they definitely have more value in it.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good point to make, really. It's you're investing in your community, you're investing in yourself, you're investing in the services to continue and to the beneficence of everyone. So that's really important. That's really good to hear. Very good. Awesome. Well,
That's it
good
from
update.
us.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Any questions for Rachel at Midland?
I do. Rachel, how did
Yeah.
what types of outreach did you do into the community? Like, did they do letters or was it an event? How did they reach out to their
We,
folks?
so one of the Go Big Give one actually had a prefabricated letter that you just kind of put your information into, which was very helpful. And then I used that letter to make one for the other one.
Yeah.
Because it was just worded so well that you didn't have to reinvent it. So we did try and get letters out, more just community walking, as people were talking to people. We said, hey, if you're going to church, if this is important to you, please make sure you share it. Or if you're going to Kiwanis Club or wherever you're going, can you help us spread the word? Because nobody knows who I am. So if I walk around this town and say,
Right.
we need you, they're not going to look at me twice. But if you guys do it, people are going to have more investment to it. And so, you just
That's
had a couple
huge.
that were really willing to go do those things. So it was very minor this year. This was our first time separating the two and
Mhm.
really getting the root work done. We had little stickers that we put on the home delivered meals from the centers that just said, this meal was funded through Midland Area Agency on Aging. So that attached our name to the meal instead of just it came from the senior center. So that way, when they looked at Go Big Give, they could see, oh yeah, that's the one that does the home delivered meals. Just tried to really just start putting our name in everything more. It's been a long process, and I don't even think we've touched the tip of the iceberg. We did a lot of visits to places, church groups, so many.
Okay.
There was a lot of talking being done.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. I was just curious if what form of outreach you did. So thank you.
Lots of Facebook posts and, putting it in our newsletter on the front page of just, where we were needing to improve our income the most, or what it what the donations would have helped. Oh, my words are jumbled. Give me a second. What benefit the donations would have, as far as we put all of it towards home delivered meals and let them know that, just a $20 donation is the same amount as a week's worth of contributions, or 25, and giving it a value of what they were helping contribute to.
That's awesome.
Those are great examples, Rachel. Yeah, those are really good. And like you said, I think branding's another part of it too. Like you talked about the stickers and putting that on something and making sure that your brand is out there. That really helps the connection. So, I mean, kind of get to boast about yourself a little bit, saying like, "Hey, this is our, this is what we're
Yeah.
doing," and then make that connection. So that's good
Yes.
too. Awesome. Very
None
cool.
of us went on the news. We're not quite there yet.
Yeah, but
We did go on the radio though.
that's good. That's good. Yeah, radio's good. Yeah, you got to think about the population that you're serving and what they're going to tune into. So awesome. Very good. Awesome. Any other questions for Rachel? All right, let's move on to Angie at West Central.
Hello again. Oh, well, today we've been busy passing out posters for a little while over lunch. We're getting ready for the Golden Games here in North Platte, which I think is on in the middle of June during the Nebraska Land Days. It's a
Oh, Angie, I think you went back on mute. There you go.
there. Can you hear me now?
Yep. Oh yeah,
Okay.
you're good.
So we're just getting ready for the Golden Games. We have, I think, about 400 to 500 that showed up last year for this. I think we had about 440 signed in. So it's a big day for the seniors. They start coming in about 9, and we're usually done by 4. But we have all kinds of games and food and drinks, and we have entertainment also. So getting ready for that. I was out going door to door here in our flat, hanging up posters. But getting ready for the farmers market coupons, working on a presentation to go out with them so my directors can use that presentation and I'm not sure, Eric, if you don't have one for us, but a presentation to give to the people when they come in to sign up.
Yeah, so I mean, as far as like if you want to do a presentation, you can do that, or if you want to continue to stuff everything in the envelopes, you know, some people in the past have done that or both. But obviously, yeah, I don't have one. I don't have a new one. So if you want to continue to do however you want to do, I've been really just like however you know whatever works best for you. If you want to put information in there, if you want, you know, so it's totally up to you.
And then we're getting ready for our directors meeting next month. Will be the end of and we'll be starting our directors meeting for the new fiscal year in July starting. Otherwise, there's nothing really too new right now going on. Finishing up assessments, seeing a little bit more activity going on, but like to see a lot more. So hopefully we can get them pumped and ready to start for the 24-25 fiscal year.
Very good. Awesome. That sounds good. Well, yeah, June will be here before you know it. I mean, so yeah, that's crazy. Coming up real fast. Very good. Well, that sounds good. Thanks for the update. Any questions for Angie at West Central? If not, I'm just going by who I see on the screen. We go to Lori in Northeast.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Not much going on here, finishing up the end of the year evaluations, working on menus, doing the farmer's market, busy with that, all kinds of stuff like that. We've had a lot of requests from the farmer market, people wanting to know how soon and that. I liked your email yesterday. We had quite a few questions on when can the coupons start, so that was good. I sent it out to my centers. Thank you for doing that, Eric. I appreciate that. But otherwise, just working on getting the end of the year programs done up and starting our next new year. So that's about what we're doing here.
Very good. Awesome. That sounds like a pretty good update. Pretty easy going. Very good. Maybe I have questions for Lori in Northeast. If not, Lori, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Go on then to Jill at Aging Partners.
Things here are going pretty well. We are starting our county board visits. We had our first board visit yesterday in which we go to the counties and present all the services that have been provided in the past year, as well as the funding requests. So we're getting ready to get those started. A lot of our centers are doing some really good things with fundraising right now. Geneva is in the midst of remodeling a new building in their downtown square, and the manager found a grant and was able to match the grant. So she was able to get almost $100,000 with her grant. So that'll go directly to the new building, and they are very excited about that and plan to move into by the end of this year. So we've had the Attorney General come out and do quite a bit of programming. He held a 2-part class in Lincoln the last couple nights, and he's also gone out to several of our pop-up centers and the centers in the county area. So that's been really good. We've been really trying to promote his programming and scams and education and awareness on those processes. We've also distributed the File of Life, and that is a little magnet that people can put on their fridge, and they can write down any medications or illnesses or conditions they might have. So in the event that their emergency services are needed, EMTs are trained to look on the fridge for that magnet. So we've distributed that to all of our counties, and that's been going over very, very well. So that's been a positive review on that process. And other than that, things are just kind of status quo. Finished up the last sign up clinic for the farmers market coupons today, and have one more next week with El Centro, and things are just plugging along. So we're good.
That's good. Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, those files of love are really handy. We had, I think Jenna brought home a couple one time, long time ago, and we filled them out, and you just stick them on your fridge. Like,
Mhm.
it's kind of cool. Like, if there's something that happens, like people say, it's kind of cool. Kind of neat.
Yeah, we got a positive response from it, so it's been good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can get as detailed as you want with information. Like, I think it's got emergency contacts and stuff like that. People put on there.
Mhm.
That's neat. Very cool. Any questions for Jill at Aging Partners? All right. Next, go to Carmen at Blue Rivers.
Okay, can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what happened today, but I had a heck of a time getting on. Okay, so the exciting news that we've been doing some grant writing here for the nutrition program to help us with operational costs. And I don't know, the money came from heaven, I think. Carla is just ecstatic. We received two $10,000 checks this week.
Wow, that's really
Yeah.
good. Dang.
And we got all these rejection letters, and it's just been like,
Yeah.
oh man. And so anyway, Carla is just like really thrilled with the whole scenario. So anyway, sometimes you can get money. It just takes a little while. And we've been working on this for almost a year now. So we are getting ready to gear up with our capital campaign to see if that will bring some more funding in. I got in on the little bit of Rachel's thing with hers on the big give, and we have done that too in our community, but ours is in September. And we have so many people that are a part of that it's really hard for us to get a little bit of those dollars, but we aren't going to complain. Every bit helps. Let's see, what else was I? We are gearing up for next week. We're doing a staff in service for all of our staff. So we'll be closed. Every site will be closed on May 30th. We have speakers coming in on scams. We have people from Public Health Solutions. It's kind of a staff in service training that the leadership team here puts on. So we're excited. It just gets everybody together, and we can kind of work through things. Now, is this where you want me to have the apology, Eric?
Oh no, you don't have to apologize for anything.
Okay, so I got a little gun ho on those farmers market coupons, and I actually, because June is such a busy month for us with our 50th anniversary coming and so forth, I have put everything out on a calendar as soon as I got those in my hand, and I have been to all my sites and have distributed them. And in my little spiel that I gave every and each individual person, I showed them where the date to start using these coupons was and the date that they expire. obviously elderly people don't listen really well. So, anyway, thus that's where that comment came from. I have a few left to go, two sites left to go. And then they're going to have to, from there on, they're going to come into the office in main office and pick them up. Last year, I found myself running ragged, going all these different places. And this year, I set dates. We got it out on Facebook. We put it on the radio, and we've had a very good response to it. So, anyway, my farmers markets are all out. Well, I do have some back that I'll probably turn back to Eric. So everybody's going to be out there with their hands trying to get those. But I do not have anything entered into the computer yet. So that's this next week's project. And
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
Yeah, you're fine. So yeah, and that's fine. And so basically, and I can just kind of insert just a couple things we can talk about in a little bit, but yeah, it's individuals who received coupons, who were trying to use them, and there was a certain like location where a vendor, which the vendor needs to know, the vendor has to know that they can't accept them. So if there's a certain point in time, like before the program or whatever, that's kind of, so like if there's a perfect storm where somebody who's like, I'm gonna go buy, the only thing you can buy right now is maybe radishes or herbs or something. I don't know. Tomatoes aren't ready. And then and then, and then the vendor's like, oh, that sounds good. I'll accept that, when they're supposed to go through the training, and the training specifically tells them when the program starts and stops, how they can take the coupons, and how they can redeem them. That's very specific. So yeah, no, you guys have worked really hard this year, and have done a really good job. And we've tried to make this as efficient as possible, considering the staff hours, the circumstances, the time, the input, all that stuff. So first of all, kudos to all of you who have worked so hard with this. You really, it's so impressive. Honestly, I'm being very serious, because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And especially since last year you had to kind of roll with the changes, and that wasn't easy at all. So we've gotten everything this year in place. So you guys are doing just fine. You guys are all doing really good. I'm hoping that, just throughout the year, things go well. And I'll talk a little bit about, I had a phone call from Casey and what he wanted to see or whatever, but we'll talk about that at the end. But no, you guys are all doing really good. So, any other questions for Carmen at Blue Rivers? All right. Moving on to, I believe South Central. I don't think Sue's on. She sent me a note that said she couldn't attend. So South Central's not on. So let's move on then to Samantha at AO.
Okay, so I just got back from a site visit. I'm finishing up those. I have a couple more left. Those are going well. Kind of the same as everybody, just wrapping up end of the fiscal year. Those visits, I have opened the farmers market stuff, but I have not had the chance to dive into it yet. My mandatory 40 is next week, so trying to get that done before I leave. We're all moved in and things seem to be going smoother now that we know how to find stuff. Really just, the end of the month and all the things that come with it, and the end of the year, and trying to get everything done on time. June is very, very crazy, I know, for everybody. At the end of June, we're gonna do a site manager meeting here. I really like to do those like once or twice a year. Everybody can get together and share ideas and, talk about whatever. We also have a couple other big projects that come up at the end of June, like our intakes and background checks for all staff. So those are also big projects for me. Yeah, just trying to wrap up everything, but overall I think things are going well, and people are in a much better mood with the weather being so nice.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That helps. Very good, very good. And you're in your new place, and
Mhm.
so we have both you and Northeast. Lori's in her new office.
Yes.
So yeah, and Samantha's in a new place. So good for you. Good for you both.
Yeah.
That's really exciting. Some new changes. So that's been really good. Yay. Well, then Jill is too technically. So Jill's in her new place too. So so three. That's three.
Mm.
So very good. Great. Any questions for Samantha, Aeon? All right. And then we have Allison at Enowa.
Yes, our numbers, whether it's congregate or home delivered, is pretty much staying about the same. Every time we add, we subtract. We have been, or I should say, congregate's mostly been spending time with the fact we are going to be losing one of our centers here come, well, the decision was made last week finally to let our participants know that our contract with the location was ending. And so we have been working to get a lot of them either contacts on how to get to other centers or get, we have actually our volunteer services is going to meet with them to discuss with them how they could potentially partner up and whether it's utilize senior companions or whatnot, but just being there for them has been most of the last couple of, it just seems like weeks, but we've already positively, the Helping Hands Knitting Group has already made arrangements and scheduled with our Bellevue Center to move there. So that's good. It was a center that was getting smaller and smaller. And so, but our Bellevue and Fremont centers have continued to bust at the seams. I think Fremont will be gearing up to beat their last month's 999, and they've had days with 120 lately. So it'll be interesting to see how this month ends up. But as talking about fundraisers and stuff, one thing, and now I probably won't be able to find it, but I know there's a website that's called the Shareway, and it tells you about, you don't have to subscribe and pay money to get the information. You can, but it'll tell you what donors and are active in your area, or like it'll give you information. The email I got today said Longhorn Steakhouse is doing food or gift cards with applications filled out on the phone, in person, or by mail. And it'll give you some ways to register for different things. So just to share that that's another avenue out there that gets a lot of the corporate, whether it's, your McDonald's or your Lowe's, it gives you all those different things in the different areas. So just thought I'd share.
Very good. Awesome. Well, very good. Sounds like things are going well, and yeah, sounds good. Any questions for Allison at Enowa? And Caitlin's not, is she? No, she's not.
No, she's not on.
Okay, okay. Very good. All right. Well, thank you so much. Anybody else have any other questions for anybody else? All right. All right. Thank you so much.